What's going on, guys, and welcome to 17 things I wish I knew before getting a cat, Ragdoll edition. So Elsa, our kitten slash cat, because she's actually over a year old now, but I'm not quite sure when they start to become like an adult cat really. She is in fact a Ragdoll cat. She's absolutely beautiful. So this video is probably more suited to people that have Ragdoll cats or are thinking about getting Ragdoll cats. But this is also a video that is suited to most people who just want to get a cat or have a cat, because there'll be a lot of similarities that will probably overlap really. So stick around and see the things that I wish I knew before I got Elsa. So what inspired me to do this video today? Well, I put up this Instagram post here a few days ago, and Elsa was getting a lot of love and attention, and she was feeling like a proper little cat celebrity. So I thought, why not make her a celebrity even more and broadcast her on YouTube? So this is Elsa, our little Ragdoll cat, and she's so beautiful. So she is a seal-mitted mink Ragdoll cat, and she's super long. I mean, look at that. Can you see that? I mean, that's not even fully stretched because I don't want to hurt her. But she's beautiful. She's a year old now. And so we actually got her in end of February time in 2019. She's also really antisocial, guys, so she's only going to stay in the video for a really short period of time. But yeah, we got her in February, and she's just been fantastic. You know, she's had a few little issues, but I'm going to address those things as we go along in the video. But she's absolutely beautiful. The colour that she is, I was thinking, like, I really want to get a Ragdoll that is like really light and stuff like that, because you often see videos and pictures of Ragdolls really light and vibrant and bright and all of those colours really. And so I was really thinking, shall we get a cat that is going to be this dark? But I'm so glad that we do, because you are beautiful. Yes, you are. Go on in, go play. She is giving me the dirtiest look right now, guys. She's like, get off me, fiend. Hey. See you later. So here are my 17 things I wish I knew before I got Elsa. They need more than 1 litter tray. Yes, don't be like me and don't be like us that we thought just 1 cat equals 1 litter tray. Cats, especially Ragdolls, can be extremely fussy, and the golden rule here, and the one that I think that we should all stick to, is 1 cat equals 1 litter tray plus 1. Elsa loves to poop in 1 tray and likes to urinate in 1 tray also. They are extremely fussy. Yes, they are absolutely extremely fussy. As I said before in the first point, they are fussy in regards to their food, they're fussy in regards to their litter, they're fussy in regards to how many times you empty their litter tray. We make sure that we empty her litter tray every single day, because why would you want, it's like, if you think about it, would you want to go and use the toilet if it was really dirty and it hadn't been cleaned for ages? No, you wouldn't. It's like when you walk into those public restrooms and they are just really dirty, and you're like, I'm not going to sit in there. No, I'm not going to sit on there. I'm not going to pee in there. Cats are just like that as well. I keep touching my face because, you know, she's like molting and stuff, so it's like flying around absolutely everywhere. But even when it comes to her litter, I've had to experiment with all different kinds of litter. There was one that she just really wasn't getting on with initially in the first instant. So we had to change that litter because she wouldn't go in it, so she was urinating outside of the litter tray. But she was actually pooping inside the litter tray. So it's really weird. So we had to change that, and then we went for the clumping. And that has been an absolute lifesaver. Firstly, it gets rid of the smell, so it's absolutely fine, and she seems to really like it as well. In terms of the food that we use, we actually use Applause, which is right here. This isn't sponsored either, I just really like the brand. So it's Applause kitten dry food. So we make sure that we give that to her, and she really likes that. Now, there's a lot of people that kind of are a bit iffy about dry food diets, but we're going to come on to that in a little bit of time. They are just like a child. You might be thinking, how can they be possibly like a child? Cats are very independent, and that is absolutely true. But initially they're not. You've got to teach them, you've got to remind them, just like you would with a child. If they're doing certain things that they shouldn't be doing, then you need to let them know in a firm way, not in a disciplinarian way, but in a really firm way, to say that they need to avoid doing that thing. Above all else, you need to show patience with a kitten. Especially with a kitten, you need to show a lot of patience with them. If you don't have patience, then don't get a pet of any description. They can get smelly. Yes, they can absolutely get smelly, but that's just like humans. You know, we can get smelly as well. You know, especially Ragdolls, they've got really long hair, well, quite long hair. They've got a big fur coat, and often things can kind of pick up along the way. Often when they've gone to the to use the litter tray. Things can get caught within their fur, so do not be afraid to bath them. We use special shampoo for Elsa. I can't remember what it is really, but we use special shampoo for Elsa, and we just put a little bit of water in the bath. And initially she absolutely hated going in the bath, but if you make it in a really lukewarm and you don't fill it up too much, you know, to build up her anxiety and things, and you just take it nice and slowly, a lot of reassurance, then she's absolutely fine. She doesn't like the hairdryer though. We used that once on her and she absolutely hated it, so I'm never using it again. They can be expensive. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, cats, especially ragdolls, can be absolutely expensive. Not only are they really expensive to buy, but once you have them in your possession, they cost you a lot of money per month. We probably spend around £40 a month just on Elsa. That's her litter and her food as well, because we don't just give her any old rubbish, because I want to make sure that she's going to be healthy for a really long period of time. So, you know, it's £40. Like, that's like how much you would spend on a person. But yeah, we spend quite a bit of money on her. And it's so important that you keep them healthy, because otherwise you're going to be spending even more money on them for like vet bills and stuff like that as well, really. You need to be responsible. Yes, if you're not responsible and you're not patient, then firstly, never have a cat. Never have a pet of any description, and probably never have a child as well. You absolutely need to be responsible. If you're not a responsible person, then how can you have this little thing, this little animal, put all of its trust and stuff like that into you if you're not a responsible person? You know, you need to be responsible to take care of them, give them what they require, make sure that all of their basic needs are being met. If you're that sort of person, then get a cat or another pet. Diet is so important. So I know I've already touched on this a little bit, but now I'm going to go into it fully. We do not feed her any rubbish, okay? Any sort of rubbish. I mean, we give her a few little snacks that probably aren't the best things for her, but on the whole, her diet is not full of rubbish. You know, the dry food that we use is applause, and it keeps her teeth nice and healthy. You know, currently she has no cavities or anything like that. We do get constant checkups, making sure that she's absolutely fine. And the vet that we spoke to said that a dry diet is absolutely fine. There's a common misconception amongst a lot of cat owners and pet owners and things like that, that a dry food diet is bad because there's a lot of dehydration, they're not getting wet, they're not getting water and stuff. That's just a load of rubbish. That's a load of rubbish. She has plenty of water. We are constantly refilling her water tray, and she gets plenty of the nutrients that she absolutely needs from this dry food diet. So don't listen to what other people say in terms of you must make sure that they have wet food diet. You go on what you think you need to do for your pet, all right? She does have certain wet foods. I mean, we started her off with wet food, but she just didn't like it. It was like that nature's own or whatever food it was. Wet food, she just really didn't like it. She didn't get on with it or anything like that. So we just thought, let's go into a dry food diet, because there was times where she was not eating her food and she was losing weight. So I was like, we've got to sort this out. Let's get rid of the wet food. Let's put her on a dry food diet. She seems to like eating those biscuits and the kibble and stuff. And she's been absolutely fine ever since. And she's putting on the weight. You know, we also just refill her bowl whenever she needs it refilled, and we leave it throughout the day. Now, a lot of people will also be saying you can't be doing that because this is going to lead to obesity and things like that. No, it's not, because you just measure and you keep an eye on how much they're actually eating. Elsa currently is still at the level that she should be. If we ever start thinking that she's putting on too much weight, then of course we will reduce that. It's all about being responsible pet owners. Let us know in the comments what you actually think about that. Would you leave food out all day for your pets, for your cats really, or would you kind of put them on like a strict eating regime sort of thing? Unlike dogs, cats wag their tail when they're annoyed. When we first got Elsa and she would wag her tail, I'd be like, oh, she absolutely loves me, we've got such a good relationship. But then I did a bit of research and I actually found out that if cats are wagging their tails, it means that they are getting unhappy or they are annoyed. So don't be like me. If you see your cat or your kitten wagging their tails, leave them alone, because it's their warning to you to say, I need a little bit of space, I need a little bit of time. Back off, human. They sleep all day and they play all night. When I first got Elsa, I was thinking, yeah, we're gonna be able to play with her during the day and then she's gonna go sleep at night. No, how wrong was I? Yeah, she likes to sleep a lot during the day. She does play also during the day, but she tends to have a lot of a rest during the day, and then she becomes crazy at night time. You know, when we're in bed, I can hear her crashing around and running around and all of that. So make sure that there are plenty of things to keep your cat or your kitten stimulated and it'll be absolutely fine. First time picking up your kitten, give them time. Absolutely, give them time. It's going to be a very overwhelming experience when they come to you. You know, you're going to be taking them straight away from their mother and then bringing them home, and it's going to be a brand new environment to them. So you think about, you know, show a bit of empathy. If you were this sort of, this thing, walking into this brand new environment for the first time, how would you feel? That's probably how they're feeling as well. So give them a bit of time. Now, I'm not talking about locking them in a room or anything like that, because you just don't need to do that. There are so many people that I've seen that just lock their kitten in a room, and, you know, for a couple of days. We didn't do that. We put her in a large open room with everything that she needed, and then we let her come to us. So we were there as well, constantly reassuring her, and she came to us. You know, she sat in her travel cot for a little bit, and then eventually she came out, went to her food and all of that, and then, you know, straight away we've managed to have that really good relationship with her. We didn't need a couple of days, but we just let her be on her own. She was able to come to us, and that's worked really, really quick. But give them time. It's so important. Common misconception is that cats drink milk. No, they don't. Unless it's special formula, cats do not drink cow's milk. They drink water. They drink water. Make sure you give them water, and plenty more water. Do your research on the breeders. So important. This is my biggest tip of today, is do your research on the do your research on the breeders. It's so important. I can't emphasize that enough. Do your research on the breeders. It's going to save you a lot of hassle later on down the line. It's going to save you a lot of money also. Okay, because if you've got a dodgy breeder that you've bought a cat from, firstly, you don't know where they've got it from. It could be stolen. You know, they could have several health problems. It may not have got the right immunizations yet. All of that, you are going to have to take the costs of all of that. All right. Also, when you go to meet the breeder for the first time and meet the kitten for the first time, ask if you can see the mother and the father. Yeah, ask if you can see the parents, because that way you know that they have actually been bred in the right way. You know, they haven't been stolen or anything like that. You've got to do your research, guys. Follow a certain process. There are a lot of good forums online that kind of ease you into it, doing your research, and then actually going there that first time. Ask a lot of questions. Get a scratching post. Yeah, absolutely get a scratching post. Otherwise your furniture will become that scratching post, or you will become that scratching post. And if like Elsa, you have an indoor cat, especially an indoor cat, then clip their nails. Only a little bit, because otherwise they're gonna overgrow, they're gonna curl over, and that can be really, really painful for the cats. But only do it a little bit, because they do have nerve endings within their claws that would be very, very painful, and it will spurt blood everywhere. So make sure that you only clip it down a little bit to ensure that they're gonna be absolutely fine and they're not gonna be in any pain. This is a commitment. Yes, just like with marriage and just like with having your own baby and just stuff like that, okay? This is a commitment. You can't just pick up a cat and then think, oh yeah, I'm gonna have it for the next 2 weeks and I'll send it back. No, this is a commitment. This isn't like choosing between Domino's and Papa John's. This is choosing a friend for life, all right? On average, cats can live between 11 to 17 years, I think it is. So it's a long period of time. Like, by the time Elsa, passes on, I'm going to be almost like in my 40s, or I potentially will be in my 40s by that period of time. So that's crazy, but this is a commitment. You need to make that commitment. Be committed to this animal. They need you all the time, all right? It's a commitment. Be prepared for loss. Now, I know that this sounds all dramatic and things like that. You might be thinking, I've just got my cat, why do I need to be thinking about loss? But be prepared for that. Just like with humans, death happens, okay? Death happens, certain things happen. If you have an indoor cat, they might get loose one day and they've never seen the big open road, and you know, they potentially could get hit by a car. So just be prepared for loss, okay? They could die of natural old age, or they could die of picking up an infection or whatever. So be prepared for that loss. Doesn't mean that you need to be thinking every single day, hello Elsa, oh, you're probably gonna die today. No, it's not like that. It's just about being prepared and knowing that eventually that relationship is gonna end because of death. And there's nothing wrong with that, but enjoy every single moment that you have with them. Never hit them. Yes, there's going to be times when they really, really annoy you and you get really, really annoyed with them. There's really going to be times like that, but never put your hands on them. You can absolutely be firm by changing the sound of your voice, but if you hit them, they are not going to learn from that behavior that you've now hit them for, all they're going to learn is that you're a scary, scary person. And the next time you raise your hand at me, I'm not going to think I'm going to get stroked by you. I'm going to think that you're going to hit me, okay? Not only is hitting a cat wrong, but it's abuse. And if you ever hit a pet, just get rid of it, yeah? Put your hands up and say, I can't do this anymore. They do not need to be subjected to that. Now, one of my biggest things and the final things today is remember that you're learning too. This one's going to take a bit of time, okay? This one's going to take a bit of time to get used to, but you are absolutely learning too. Just like when you're a parent or you enter into a relationship for the first time, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to get things wrong, but that's absolutely fine as long as you learn from those and you develop. Okay, and you don't continue to make the same mistakes that are kind of damaging your relationship with your pet. Okay, it's going to take a bit of time, you're going to get things wrong, but learn and develop as you go along and you'll be absolutely fine. There it is, guys. They are the 17 things that I wish I knew before I got a Ragdoll kitten. Please let me know in the comments some of the tips that you have that I've not mentioned about. That would be really, really great, because listen, I'm still learning, I'm still going along, I still make mistakes, but I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to get better, yeah? Louise is exactly the same and Daisy is exactly the same as well. So if you did enjoy this video, then please do give it a big thumbs up, share it with your cat friends, okay? And leave us a family rated comment in the comment section below. And if you want to see more cat related content, then do let us know in the comments as well. And if you're new to our channel, then hit that subscribe button and click that little bell and you'll be notified every single time that we upload. And we'll see you next time. Bye!